Hello everybody, welcome. It is me, Gumchu, where we strictly chew gum with some exceptions. And if you notice on my channel as of lately, I've been experimenting with several new sounds. And I'm not wearing my glasses, and that's because I decided it was time to give my eyes a well-needed break. If you can hear, there are lots of sounds coming up from outside the apartment in my underground dungeon. And I am working from home today, so I've been able to get this video all set up for you guys to enjoy for the weekend. It is a little bit of a different approach today. I'm drinking a hot cup of coffee. You'll be able to see some of the plants I have above me. My, oh, that's a dirty looking tank. My crested gecko's lair, along with my aquarium, which definitely needs a water change. I promise you, I took good care of my pets. But this looks like, I think this is some work need to be done. I just changed the water in that tank this past week, and it looks like it already needs some attention. So, kind of a very common thing to witness happen to your aquarium if you're an aquarium person, especially if you put the aquarium right next to a window. So, I'm drinking some, it's a Filipino coffee brand, I believe, called Copico. Copico instant coffee. They have cappuccino flavor, and they have what they label as brown coffee, but it tastes very similar to having a little bit of cream, a little bit of sugar. Now, today, I'm sure you're all very aware that I am a motorcycle enthusiast, and I may have been a bad influence for my partner because she is also a motorcycle enthusiast as of late. We have a developing collection of motorcycle helmets, and recently we decided to give a couple of our helmets in for warranty, which has been on delay for quite some time because it seems as though there is a backlogging of warranty claims with this brand, which is very unfortunate. I won't mention the brand either, but in the meantime, with riding season being around the corner, I mean, with where we live, it's almost undeterminable when the riding season will be here because some days it's spring and some days it's winter. We literally experienced Christmas in April 2 days ago, a significant amount of snow, and I'm sure a lot of you follow the news or follow the weather reports and those really outstanding and talented live streamers on YouTube doing storm chasing. It seemed as though parts of Michigan, parts of New York, and Ontario were actually experiencing a significant ice and snowstorm, all in abundance of the tornadoes happening in the mid-central USA. And my heart goes out to everybody who's been affected by that, and I really hope that everybody's been pulling through, and wishing that all those who have been affected for a speedy recovery back to your normal life. Anyways, I digress. Here is what's called the AGV helmet. AGV. Very weird thing I do. I misinterpret the brands of things. Sometimes the logo makes it look as though it's not the letter you thought it would be. I thought this was AGU for the longest time. It's AGV. Cacci da Corsa dal 1947. I think I got that right. I believe this is an Italian brand. So, let's go ahead and open this newly acquired helmet. And this is not my helmet, this is the partner's helmet. So, I'm gonna delicately open this. And this is a very new brand to both of us. We have strictly chosen a different brand for all the years we've rode. And it's for good reason. Affordability, the looks, the vibrant colors and whatnot, the designs, the comfort, and the ease of acquiring new parts for these helmets. If you aren't aware, some parts, and some helmets rather, require... I'm so sorry. Excuse me. Some helmets require new visors, new clips, pieces, become very brittle over the years of riding. So we have here the new helmet. I love the sleeve. It says AGV right on it. This is rather remarkable looking. And there are some magnificent brochures and whatnot in here. We'll go through it in just a second. Okay, so we have in the bag a chin protectant. This is what sits just under your chin when wearing the helmet. It prevents any sort of debris, any unnecessary unwanted wind, any road noise to kind of enter the helmet. And it's nice to know that they made this out of a mesh and leather material. It's not just plastic. And then this is the fog resistant lens. They have instructional videos on their YouTube. This is called Pinlock Systems. So this is really cool. And it seems as though they're inside here. So I have to pull this out. Now, to give you guys, I'm gonna need some coffee here. There we go. Okay. Fog resistant insert lens, 100% max vision shield, and there's a pin. The 100% max vision Pinlock 70 fog resistant insert lens is our premium seamless solution. 100% max vision technology provides a clear view throughout the complete eye port of the shield. A perfect fit for daily commuting. It includes dry hydrophilic technology, double shield system created by a silicone seal, easy to install, interchangeable with other Pinlock lenses, and perfect for normal weather conditions. Well, I have to disagree. You see, this is from the Netherlands, except we don't have normal weather. But yeah, most definitely very, very cool. Let's go ahead and undo this to see what it looks like. I have something funny to tell you. These are silica gels. I think they're in there to prevent any sort of unwanted humidity or unwanted critters and whatnot. So don't eat this. When I was a kid, I used to get into my mom and dad's and my brother's new stuff, unboxed it, whatnot. It seems like I was passionate about unboxing videos since I was a kid. But I would eat these and I would have foam come out of my mouth, and it was really horrific for my parents to witness that. They thought something was significantly wrong with me, but it was just silica gel. Yeah, so Now, as we're opening it, you can see the quality of the seams and the inserts of this helmet. Everything's so nice and flush. Love the flat gray design. It's got a little bit of some pizzazz in it too. This is it right here. This is the helmet. It's very beautiful, very sleek. Now, one thing I'm not used to seeing on helmets is the fin. There's usually like a lip spoiler fin for the aerodynamics of the helmet, but also when you're wearing a sport helmet, oftentimes you're behind a windscreen, and with the added and with the extension of the top part of your helmet comes a fin usually. When air goes over the screen of the motorcycle, particularly sport motorcycles, it goes right above your head, hovering. And this little added bubble here is supposed to divert the air above your head to plant you into the bike. And the fin would allow the stream to go off your back, where a lot of times without the fin or the lack of a design of aerodynamic helmets, what happens is the wind typically pushes up against your back and it causes like a wavy formation of riding. I found that to be the case when I rode with half-cut helmet styles, things that you'd see people wear on like choppers or cruiser style motorcycles. And I think I've become more fearful of riding with those helmets, not only due to the lack of stability and the lack of wind turbulence, or aerodynamics rather, but I also just want to save my face. My face is my only face until the rest of my life, and having a full face helmet can go a long way, folks. Now, I'm not pushing up against anybody to change their lifestyles when riding, but I definitely think for myself, my preference is full face helmets. I cannot deny how amazing it feels to ride with limited gear because of the wind blowing through, and you just feel so mesmerized. It's a very thrilling feeling to be riding with limited gear, but the more gear, the better, folks, because the day something happens, you're gonna thank yourself with all the gear on you. But hey, to each their own. I don't judge at all. I think it's awesome people have the ability to ride. It's an exhilarating sensation. Here is the front design of the helmet. And here is the lens. I believe there's a switch somewhere that you can actually adjust this. I don't know where that is. Oh, there it is. There is a slide right here. How cool is that? And I'm assuming the anti-fog lens would sit just over here. There seems to be an outline on this. This helmet feels really light. It's just an entry-level AGV, but it's got better safety ratings than others. DOT certified, typical. ECE 2206 certified too, which is double certification. But yeah, I really like this. I love the that you can open for extra wind, and then there's some vents on the back here to get some air out. It's a beautiful looking helmet though. I'm warming up to it as well. There's some over here too. You can see the little slot over here open and close. Now, I could be wrong, but I think this is not only a release for the helmet visor, but also just to keep it a crack open, I guess, for more airflow. Yeah. Very, very cool. High resistance thermoplastic shell, ultra vision, 190-degree of field view, multi-step sun visor, customizable fit, and it's got the Pinlock 70 on it. This is the AGV K3, it says. Rodeo Gray Matte. It's a beautiful bike. What are your guys' thoughts? Do you like it? Do you hate it? I think it looks fantastic. Now, the strap is another thing too. It's got a quick release strap, right? Just, I think. I'm having a hard time because it's one hand, but there. And then to go back on, just one little, there you go. And to release again, very easy. So it's a very easy to use latching system, and it's not made of plastic, whereas mine's a button, and it tends to come undone, I'm sure, with a lot of impact. So this is actually a very safe helmet for the chin as well. But I love this helmet. I'm actually warmed up to it quite a bit. I'm very happy with the way it looks. I just wish, if I were to choose, I would go for a bright color on this guy. Yeah. Beautiful helmet, well acquired, well priced, very light. And I've worn this, it's very comfortable. And it might also fool some folks who are used to riding with lower end helmets where there's way too much padding on the inside. And now when you wear this, you're going, there's not as much padding at all. But actually, there's a lot of shell acquired. So this thing will actually help you significantly compared to the competitors. But things like AGV, Alpine Star, Shui, even some higher end HJC helmets, and I'm sure there's some other brands I'm forgetting, you'll notice that they end up being lighter, fooling you to think that you're not as protected because you're used to the cheaper helmets, but ends up being a lifesaver of a difference. So there you have it, folks, the K3 AGV with some coffee and whatnot. I'm gonna put this back in its beautiful, beautiful case very shortly. But yeah, let's go ahead and finish up this coffee. Yeah, with helmets, it's very interesting. I have quite a few. I bought myself, my concern was people weren't seeing me on the roads, right? And so instead of buying a new helmet, I found a quick fix and slipped over it's like one of those like animal mocking sleeves for helmets. So it's got like the googly eyes on it, the funny looking, fuzzy looking decorations and stuff. Mine just a straight up dog. Actually, let me see if I can show you. That's it right there. So, a spectacular look, especially if you just want to entertain those on the road, but it also catches people's eyes. Well, we're just about done coffee here. Just about done my lunch break, but I just wanted to wish you all a fantastic, lovely weekend. And there you have it. Have a wonderful day, folks. And many thanks to my new subscribers. And I hope to be able to do a live stream with you all shortly. Okay? Take care. Bye.